Okay, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm a little bit anxious today, and I wanted to still saddle up Tundra and take her for a walk, acknowledging that. Okay, so she's just spent a little moment leaning her head on my shoulder, and I really appreciate that. Like, I'm trying to be really honest with her and just say, you know, this is a hard day for me. And so I just want to stay in really clear conversation with her and you about what I can handle. So I just need you to move over. Thank you. And just in front to you. Good girl. And I just want to go slow and just be honest about what I'm doing and what I can do as a way of dealing with the extra challenge of my own inner slight escalation. You ready? Because everything is so much possible. I just don't want this stirrup to bang down on her side, because I think that would cause a little bit of a jump scare yet. So here it is. Ready? We're gonna practice the banging. Yeah, good girl. So I'm pairing, I'm pairing the treats with the banging because I want her to get used to that. And really all of this is trying to keep saddling within a Just Right challenge. And you know, as with Kyrie, I'm working on all the levers I can think of to make it easy enough that it's not anxiety producing. And so I'm pairing it with treats. Every step we get lots of goodness. And I'm also being really deliberate and slow. I'm trying to do things pretty much the same way every time. Now is not the time to introduce novelty. I'm timing it at a time of the day when she's already quite happy and calm and wanting attention. She likes attention, and this is attention. So I'm just trying to make it something that is a really good part of her day that she can look forward to it and really is perceived as not a big deal. So in my mind, it's a very big deal because of course I want to get on the saddle and ride. She doesn't know that. So it's important that I not raise the stakes in this saddling thing and get all future oriented. Good girl. Good girl. You did good with that. You did good. I really, there we go. I can't even remember what I was going to say. I'm just really wanting her to get used to all of the different ways that the saddle feels and how this is normal. And it isn't normal yet, but it's going to be, right? There's going to be many, many hours with the saddle on, and it's not a big deal, but right now it is. And I'm just trying to introduce it within the parameters of I want you to pay attention. I want you to, you know, not be asleep. I don't want you to be sedated. Hi. I appreciate you. But I also want you to not get anxious. Because once you're anxious, thank you. Nice shaking out. And so she's really managing herself. She's trying to deal with me talking and not knowing what's next. She's doing a lot of oral stuff, as we all do. Eating as a form of self-regulation is really relatable, and I'm not against it in the early stages. Of course, you know, just like when I was teaching her to lead, Initially, I didn't care, and then I started to expect that she was able to regulate in different ways. Anyway, so she's showing me more, I would say, let's get on with it. I would like to do the next thing. I don't think I'm seeing an anxious horse. So I'm almost out of treats in my pocket. It's time for us to get out of the stall and go for a walk. And so I'm going to adjust you guys, and I'll see you out of the barn. Okay. It's so much easier when it's warm out. I just got to say again how annoyed I am. Nope. She found the treats and has dumped them all over. And so while I was trying to deal with this and the mitts, and okay, this is a messy video. Come on, girl. Yep, I know. You have to leave the treats in there and come on out here, and I will give you another one. And here we are out in the sunshine. Okay, ready? I got you a treat. And I don't mind this because it's not anxious, it's exploratory, and it's selfish, and it's immature, and it's a little bit rude, but it's not anxious. So just right challenge level. I expect some behavior, some communication, some back talk, some questioning. All of that is so different than overwhelm, where this horse would be just doing exactly as she's told and too scared to really try anything. So here we are, walking on a beautiful winter day. And again, I'm looking for signs. That's so nice. Hey, blowing out, looking around, taking in stuff through all her senses. Are we in relationship? Aw, thanks. Yes, we are. We're in relationship, but it's a lot. So this relationship is including this big walk we're doing. And I haven't done many walks with the saddle on in the winter. On the way out from the barn, this is a new thing. I've added a slight new thing to the routine, and I actually don't know how this will go, but I'm watching for staying in a just right challenge, and that's my goal. It's not behavior, it's not even success. Look at that, like she's paying attention to the saddle. I love that, and I'd rather we stop and she do that than keep going and ignore it and not see it. So let's do a little circle so that she sees her sides. Good girl. Again, I want all her senses working, and I want to stay in relationship while that's happening. So the Just Right Challenge is all about all the little levers, right? So I'm slowing down the pace. I'm really paying attention to small little effort. I'm going to give her another treat because she shifted attention back to our little herd. We're going to do lots of pausing. That's fine. That's fine, because again, the goal is not for her to do what I tell her. The goal is for her to stay in her body, stay in relationship with me, and take in this new information without freaking out. That's the goal, which I think she's doing. The chewing helps. Her head's now nice and low. She's blinking slowly, but this is a lot of processing, right? Yeah, we're not going to do too much new. We're going to head forward. She's telling me when she's ready. She still could explode. She could roll. She could bolt because she's a little bit, nervous. This is new and different, but not anxious. Nervous is like wide awake, And anxious is stalled. We're not stalled. Yeah, look around. Look around and look at your own self, right? Pay attention to that stirrup. Look at that. And then choose to go forward calmly. It's really nice. I really love this method of going forward because it's so much less scary to me. And like I said, I'm a little anxious, not because of this, not because of her, it's other reasons. But I'm aware of that, and so I need to go slow for my own self. Yeah, and we'll just pause, take in the landscape, come over for some affection. You know, and it's not even just treats right now. She's coming to be with me, which I really like. Yeah, let's do this together. And we'll head on in to the corral. What a nice shakeout. Wasn't that great? So all the tension she was holding, she just got rid of right there with the saddle on. I love that. Yeah, and I do think you want to roll. So let's get that saddle off. It's a cheap saddle. I'm using a very cheap saddle for this, but still, I'd rather she not roll. So anyway, this was my my walk in I'm trying to demonstrate the Just Right Challenge as its own Just Right Challenge. Just creating a Just Right Challenge. If you make that the goal and the outcome that you're looking for, it's really a lot more fun than if you must have a certain behavior or a certain benchmark of performance. I was just looking at her state, and her state stayed and actually de-escalated in this little 10-minute period. So, yay! I'll see you guys next week.